of recruiting. Somebody reached out to Samir earlier this week and said that they've been around in Primerica for a while, and they've been in and out, and they're used to inviting people to they're used to inviting people to like an in-person environment, and we don't do that anymore. We don't really do in-person recruiting appointments either, but you can be successful. Actually, you can be even more successful with this Zoom environment because it's meant to be a multiplier. If somebody was doing, I literally heard Hector Lamarck say this on a Zoom the other day. If you could do 2 to 3 appointments a day before pre-Zoom, today you could do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Zoom appointments in a day. And you can be in more than just not a 90-mile radius. We are literally in 25 states now in 1 year. Think about that, guys. We're going to be in all 50 for sure soon. But I titled this The Chain of Events because actually that was Shondel's idea. The chain of events, because recruiting is a sales process. Just like when you get on a QA to meet with a potential client, you're building rapport, step 1. You're laying the expectations of what's about to happen in that meeting, step 2. You're going through statistics, you're going through the company's mission statement. That's all. And then you're doing the process close, you're getting commitments, and then you're closing, you're getting referrals, like not in that order, but that's the sequence. And it's a process, it's a sales process. Recruiting is a sales process too. Shondel has a version that she does with her team, and I have a version that I do with my team. They're not too different. It's basically the same menu, just with different leadership, like McDonald's. So let's get into things here. We're going to start with the different ways to prospect. And I've never put this many ways on one screen before, but I did it on purpose because I want everyone to understand that there's no shortage of ways to go out and find some new talent. Well, oh my gosh, how do I prospect now? How do I prospect? You want to know how to prospect? Here we go. Before we get into how to ways to understand that no plant sprouts
No sprouts.
Bueller.
Come on.
Come on, Josh. You can do it.
Bueller.
Oh my gosh, he's gone completely. Okay, hold on.
There are demons at Force that don't want the deliverance of the ways to prospect, but you can't expect to strike gold without digging first. And if you want, Samir taught me this once. The phrase goes, you're 1 in a million. You want a 1 in a million type person? Guess what? You might have to go through a million people to find the 1 in a million. Are you willing to go through the 1 in a million? Are you willing to deal with disappointment? Can you discipline your disappointments? Are you willing to? So you can prospect face to face. If you leave your house, this is how I think of it. If you leave your house to go anywhere with 4 walls around it and a roof, there's probably people inside of that place. And if you walk in that place with 4 walls and a roof and a door without having asked, I'm not saying get a phone number, just at least ask somebody if they are from the area, what they do for work, and if they explore better options, you're not doing it right. You don't want it bad enough. But face to face, you can do it at the gym. I do it all the time at the gym, at least 1, 2, 3 times. You could do it in the store, meaning like the grocery store, or Macy's, shopping for clothes. You could do it at work, right on the way out when you clock out. Hey, quick question before I head out of work here. You can do it at the soccer games if you've got kids, or the football games, or the basketball games, or the cheerleading games, or whatever. You can do it while you're eating out at a restaurant. Before you leave, have a conversation with your server. How many times do people just, and to be honest, it's so inundated in my blood right now that I undervalue, or excuse me, not undervalue, I underestimate just how little people are doing it. Like, most of you probably go out to eat once a week. I know you guys do. Probably more. So are you getting when I go to a restaurant, when I enter, I'm talking to the host who seats me. When I sit down, I'm talking to the server that feeds me. And on the way out, asking for the manager, like, hey, that was some dang good service. How long you been a manager here? And I just got 3 numbers in the one place that I just ate. They don't know that those 3 numbers are going to turn into 5 to 10 grand 2 weeks from now. You can go on LinkedIn. I don't know how to use LinkedIn, guys. We have a YouTube video on it. You can reach out to your clients. They trust you. They put their faith in you. They want to see you succeed. Hey, client, my business is going through a major expansion phase. And do you remember how you had whole life insurance when we met and I was able to replace it? Well, that's actually 70% of all life insurance policies in force right now. Can you believe that? Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Right? That is very simple. And look, we need new talent, even if it's just part-time. We got someone working 10 hours a week, making 100 grand a year. You ever thought of working 10 hours a week and making 100 grand a year? You should come and work with us. Or maybe you know someone, which is the next one, referrals. The clients will give you referrals. Most people, Shay was talking about emergency contacts. The client will give you emergency contacts. You end up in front of the emergency contact for an appointment on life insurance or whatever. And now you're talking to the emergency contact about products, but you know what you can slip in there? The opportunity to make 100 grand a year off 10 hours a week. How do I know? Because we have someone doing it, right? Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, guys, TikTok. How do I know? Because I just replaced a universal life insurance policy with a friend of mine who's on my flag football team that's 30 years old, who in January got a universal policy and dumped $16,000 of his money into the universal life insurance policy. Why did he do that? He saw a video on TikTok. How about that? He saw a video on TikTok and call that guy, some random guy in California, and dump $16,000 into it. If that guy can do it, why can't you? Hey, come join my business. TikTok, career builder. Okay, we're going to build some careers, all right? Career builder. You can run an ad on social media. I just saw a $1 million earner in Primerica, Daniel Alonso, do this, and it led to a 7-minute recruiting appointment. The guy watched his ad on social media. Daniel Alonso met with his recruit and talked to him for 7 minutes. Done. Recruited him. You could put an ad in the local paper. No one does that anymore, but why not? You need all the help you can get. Text, call every single contact in your phone. I bet you haven't. I have 1,400 contacts in my phone right now. Can you tell me without a lie detector attached to your arm, without a shadow of a doubt, that you have called every single contact in your phone? Hey, Johnny with the weird eyes. I don't know what that means, but it's in my phone. I think we met before because you're in my phone. And I actually run a business in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. And I just wanted to call to introduce myself, get to know you a little better. Do you recall my name? I used to go to all the rave parties back in the day. And, we would get a little wild. I mean, does that scenery sound a little familiar to you? No. Well, on the other hand, I do go to church too. Do you go to church? I'm just trying to figure out where we know each other. Anyways, what do you do for work? And then get into it. Why not? Why not? They're in your phone. Steam friends and family. What does Steam mean? You're asking somebody to anyone, probably friends and family is the best people to do it. Hey, who do you know that's the best in sales, the best teacher, the most enthusiastic guy, the most ambitious guy, the most motivated guy that you know? Who, like five? That's 5 quick questions. Give me the first name that popped into your head when I said the teacher, the guy that is a know-it-all, really smart. Who's that guy? And in parentheses, what does it say? Oh, you already did that? Do it again. Do it again. Taproot with obtaining a list. So when you recruit somebody, because I've already gone through a bunch of bullet points, enough to keep you busy for recruiting the initial directs. When you recruit the initial directs, guess what? You want to build them a team too. They have to do an orientation. You get a list from them in their orientation. You can call, this is amazing, this is hilarious. You can call local stores at random, ask who's the manager on duty, as if you know them. Okay? And you can they'll tell you, yeah, Johnny's the manager on duty. Okay, thank you, bye. Literally 10 minutes later, call back and say, hey, can I speak with Johnny? Johnny, what's up? We haven't met yet, or maybe you don't remember me, but I went in there and I had some really good service. How you doing, Johnny? I'm doing great. Hey, listen, man, I know you're probably busy, but I never got to mention to you, and you never even really been in the store like that. I run a business in the area and I'm looking for some new leadership. You're a manager. How long you been a manager there? You enjoy it? Do you love it? You're going to be there for the next 20 years? You feel underworked and overpaid, or overworked and underpaid? I thought so. You ever heard of Zoom? And get into it. Set an appointment. Grab cards out of fish bowls and call them. Y'all don't understand. I have a bucket of cards that I have just grabbed every freaking card out of the fishbowl in places, and I got a bucket of fishbowl cards, business cards. Why not? Post an ad on Craigslist. That's hilarious. This just came out of my head really quickly. Post an ad on the Yellow Pages. There you go. I actually, isn't that how Brett and Shaq got found? Right?
I think it was a newspaper, I think.
Yeah. Imagine that. Can't hurt, can it? Give business cards out. Here's my business card. Here, take this. Hey, take this. Here, take this. Hi, take this. Prop a table up and give out gift bags. You guys don't understand. We have regional vice president friends that we're going to meet up with on the trip. By the way, did you guys know that Primerica sends you on all expenses paid trips if you win? We're gonna these friends of ours, they go and they go to like the flea market, not the flea market, it's like a Latino grocery store in Georgia, and they prop a desk up and they get 50 sales by themselves a month just doing that. You could knock on doors, you could do a seminar. You can just get a freaking bullhorn with a speaker and holler at the top of your lungs. Now hiring. They do it at the baseball stadiums, don't they? Get your peanuts. Get your water. Got some fresh water. Get your water. You could do that. Now, I'm being facetious right now, but my point is, look at all these different strategic ways to get your name out there and find some talent. And I want to bring on Lelix really fast right now, because Lelix has gotten 2 directs this month and getting better. I want her to tell exactly what she did to get both directs.
Hey, good morning, guys. So I just want to tell you a little bit of, how I got my 2 directs. One actually came from Career Builder. So the other one actually came face to face, because one of the things I want to say, we have the best trainers like Chandel and, Josh. They're always talking about recruiting and prospecting. So if you're not prospecting or recruiting, it's not because you don't have the resources. We have the resources, and you can literally just go on YouTube and watch everything you need to know to just get better on how to recruit. So first, that's one of the things that I've been doing, just, watching, everything on YouTube. I've been talking to, you can ask your upline, right? You can talk to Josh, Chandel, and they'll help you. So one of the things, how I got one of my directs, it was actually a face-to-face prospect, and that's Jeff. So Jeff, we actually went out with Josh on Friday, and he seemed like a very helpful person. So I talked to him, and he was like, yeah, like I'm actually looking for a new opportunity right now, because I hate my job. Like, I can stand the people that I work with. And see, like, that's the things, that you don't know what people are thinking if you don't talk to them. So if you talk to them, you'll find out that they're actually looking for another opportunity. And that was Jeff. So 2 days later, we actually recruited Jeff. And now he has 3 more recruits. Well, he has 2, because yesterday I recruited his mom, and Josh recruited his best friend. And today I'm actually meeting with another one of his coworkers, and I'm going to recruit him too. So now he has 3 recruits, and that's basically, you just never know. So just, keep prospecting, and, you'll see that you can, you never know who need an opportunity too.
That was in a span of 3 days. Lelix says to the cash register, who's the manager, and 2 days later recruits him. Within 3 days of that day, has 2 recruits under him. That's incredible. Great job, babe. The other thing is, we went again. This is Ann Pizza, by the way. I love Ann Pizza. And it's near where we live. We walked in, and we went again last night, and this guy's so confident and excited about the opportunity. There's customers behind me, and he's like, dude, you never would guess what happened. The boss was talking to me today like he ain't got no sense. That's exactly what he said to me. And he goes, see this woman right here? She's been here longer than all of us. And she tried to request off one day. And basically, instead, in response, he took away 3 days of her schedule. I was like, can you believe that? I was like, I can't believe that. That's crazy. And I'm just listening. There's people behind me, and he's like, yeah, man, you need to talk to her. Oh, by the way, come here. You see this woman? Her name's Essence. You got to talk to this person. I'll put her in a 3-way text message. I said, you see what I'm saying? Like these are, it's just getting into your community. The whole freaking line of staff at Am Pizza is like, yeah, talk to me. And I'm just here to get my pizza. You see, like, and all because why? Lelix opened her mouth. Let's go to the next one. Because when you prospect and you finally get the direct, what's next? For all of you that want to know what's next, when you hadn't gotten the direct yet, you just got the phone number. Okay, I have the phone number in my phone. Now what? You call that person and you invite them to have a conversation with you over Zoom. Now, this is what Infinite does. Shondell will tell you it's basically the same thing, but a snippet different. But when I call someone, hey, Dante, what's up? It's Josh. We met the other day at the grocery store. And I know you told me you're keeping your options open for work. Tell me a little bit more about what you do and how long you've been doing it, and do you enjoy it? Well, check this out. Have you ever heard of Zoom before? Yes. Okay, great. So what I'd like to do is schedule a day on a different day and time, a meeting where we can chat a little more on what our firm is offering. And if it's a good fit for you, we can talk further. Does that sound fair enough? Yes. Okay. We just created a digital company overview that depicts everything we do. Licensing, compensation, training. It's about 15 minutes long. I'm going to send it to you, and I just need you to watch it before our meeting, Dante. For our meeting, what's better, tomorrow or Monday? I could do tomorrow. What's better, 2 or 4 o'clock? I could do 4. Okay, tomorrow at 4, it's settled. I'll send you that digital company overview along with my Zoom invitation. It was a pleasure to catch back up with you, Dante. Take care. Okay, boom. I've set the recruiting appointment. Now what? Now I do the recruiting appointment. Sunday at 4 p.m. has come. I prop my iPad open. I start my Zoom, and I have really simplified it down to 5 steps. I went through this with Marin the other day, and she felt that this was pretty simple. And when they get on, the first step out of 5 steps is you're going to build some rapport and tell your personal story. I even put how much time it should take. When you're building rapport, hey, you live in the area? Remind me what you do again for work. Do you have kids? Are you married? You tell 5 minutes. Tell your personal story. 2 minutes. Step 2 is where the recruit is won. You guys don't understand. I don't know. Like master your cash flow quadrant. Because I believe in my heart of hearts that the recruit is won at the cash flow quadrant. it's not who Primerica is and what they do. It's the cash flow quadrant. Dude, we're selling financial services. It doesn't matter. We could be selling towels. And if I gave a monster cash flow quadrant and told them they could work for themselves and eventually become a business owner selling towels, they would follow me. That's how good my cash flow quadrant is. Thanks to Dante, thanks to Samir, thanks to Christian David, Shaquille. You have to master that because that cash flow quadrant is where they are one. Should take you like 10 minutes. Step 3, licensing requirements and getting commitments. This is vital because if you do it wrong, the entire chain, because this presentation is called the chain of recruiting, it's gonna dissolve if you do this wrong. So in the licensing requirements and getting commitments, the first thing I'm going over is the licenses we offer: insurance, investments, and the mortgage license. What they pay. What would your life look like if you had all 3 licenses? Now, then I'm going into the commitments. Number 1, you got to pass a background check. Can you do that? Number 2, you have to pass exams. You just need a 70 to pass. We'll give you everything you need. Could you discipline yourself to study? Yes. And then step 3, very nonchalantly, there's always, for every professional license, a state licensing fee associated with any professional license. Doctor, lawyer, barber, electrician, real estate. Ours usually goes for $1,500. Our company usually covers $1,375. And that leaves $125. That's what I paid when I got licensed. But recently we've cut it down to $75. Would you have any financial difficulties covering a $75 state licensing fee? That's how you ask it. Would you have any financial difficulties covering a $75 state licensing fee? No, I wouldn't have any financial difficulties. Awesome. So the only other requirement I have, because listen, I just went over Virginia's, or wherever they live, Virginia's state requirements, but Virginia ain't going to come and teach you how to use these licenses. Shondell Dobie is, Josh Perez is, Marin is. And so I have one requirement. That's it. And the one requirement was the same one that I had when I was playing sports. Show up to practice. You guys want to know how to build your meeting attendance? We went from 14 people in a meeting last week to 22 in a meeting this week. And we didn't even have everybody show up, right? How did we go from 14 people to 22 people in a week? This is how. Because I'm not just, wham, bam, thank you, ma'aming to the next step once they told me that they can cover the $75 state licensing fee. Okay, yes, perfect. I'm getting another recruit. Let's put the IBA in. No, I am focused on building an attendance. So we need you to show up. That's my one requirement. We have a training once per week. One time a week. And I'm emphasizing certain things here. We have a training once per week, and it's on Saturday from 9:30 to 11:30. That's 2 hours of someone's week. Shondell, is 2 hours in the week too much to ask of you? No. Would that be of any confliction to your schedule? No. Perfect. Now we can move on. You got to ask that question. And those are the commitments that you get. You're talking about the licenses available, what they pay on average, background check, can you pass an exam, can you pay the 75, and can you show up to training? 4 questions that you ask them. Then you move on to the 4th step. I've had a lot of my trainees that are learning this process go from step 3 to step 5, and they'll skip step 4. That's not good either, because the step 4 shows them that you care about them, that you are customizing their growth. Hey, what questions do you have for me? I'm done. What questions do you have for me? And what I'll do is I'll actually like tell them up front what I know they're probably going to ask me. Hey, what questions do you have for me? Anything. You know, licensing, training, promotions, compensation, clients. What do you got for me? I'll literally count on one hand all those questions every single time I do it, because I know what else are they going to ask me? Compensation, training, licenses, promotions. How do I get my clients? Which one? Pick them. They're not going to ask me any other question than those 5 things. Oh, how about all of them? Okay, well, go ahead. And they'll ask, and I will answer my practiced answer. What you got? And I'm not going to answer the 5 questions right now. Why? Because they're on our other YouTube videos. You got to do the work. And then no more questions, no further questions, Your Honor. Okay, so this is what I'd like to do. Hold on. This is what I'd like to do, Jonathan. I'd like to submit a licensing application for you to the state of Virginia, taking care of those 3 things: the background check, the study materials, the state licensing fee. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule an orientation with you to begin a little bit of training with me. Does that sound fair? Yes. As I'm speaking with you guys, I have somebody watching the recruiting video right now. Isn't that amazing? It's probably Marin. Yeah, it's Marin's. There you go. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that something? Anyways, that's our sequence. Let's hear what Shondel's sequence is.